What if you could be lazy and still outpaint everyone? Sounds impossible, right? Well, it's not, and I'm going to show you how.
Though if you're too lazy to even start, maybe check out this video instead. Okay, you've got a pile of minis staring at you, silently judging your procrastination. You want them painted fast, but without resorting to slapchop again. You want something moody, eye-catching, without spending forever on each model.
Well, I've got you. Let's talk about how to paint minis the lazy way. Before we start painting, we need to make two key decisions: atmosphere, or the overall mood of your miniature,
and pop of color, what makes it stand out. Atmosphere is all about using colors to establish the feeling or to match the genre of your game. For these models, I'm feeling a dark fantasy theme, so we're going to go with a dark blue-green. But you can customize yours. Here are some general guidelines. Post-apocalypse, stick with warm, earthy browns and rusted oranges. Cyberpunk, lean into neon magentas, teals, and purples. Dark fantasy, deep blues and greens will give you that eerie feeling. If you want a deep dive into color, check out this video here.
Next, we need a pop of color. Something to break up the monotony and help draw the eye.
The models I'm painting already have red worked into their design, so I'm rolling with that. For your model, pick a near complementary color, meaning it's close to being the opposite on the color wheel. This creates vibrancy and makes details pop. Here are some easy combos. Brown or orange, go for a bright cyan. Magenta, try lime green or a vibrant blue. Dark green, red, or purple will add contrast.
Whatever pop of color you choose, make sure it still fits within the atmosphere that you've planned for your miniature.
If you're doing post-zombie apocalypse, magenta probably wouldn't make sense, whereas a more desaturated purple would still work.
The goal is to add contrast and interest while also doing as little work as possible. Today, we're painting these extremely detailed Eldfall Chronicle miniatures, the sponsor of this week's video. I was so excited when these miniatures arrived that I dove right in, only to then realize that I didn't have a game plan. A rookie mistake.
And in fact, I painted these models wrong not once, but twice. So while I fix them for a second time, let's talk about Eldfall Chronicles. Do you love interesting lore, exceptionally crafted miniatures, or the thrill of high-stakes skirmish games? Then you're going to love what Eldfall Chronicles has to offer. I was so excited to receive the Wayfarer's Reinforcement Pack, a stunning collection that showcases the extraordinary detail and artistry of each figure. The pack introduces 2 new adventurers for each of the 4 distinct factions. Perfect to expand your crew, or if you're like me and haven't chosen a faction to play yet, gives you a taste of each faction to help you choose which one is right for you. So whether you're looking for new amazing models to paint, or a skirmish game to take to your table, be sure to check out Eldfall Chronicles, link in my description box. With our atmosphere chosen, it's time to choose our base color, or the singular color that is going to set the foundation for everything else. Since I chose blue based on the box art, I'm gonna go with a dark, vibrant blue, sprayed through using my airbrush. Priming my models in these colors does 2 things. First, it creates instant shadows, saving you time layering later. And second, it helps tie everything together, giving the model a cohesive look from the start. Now that the base is dry, it's time for zenithal highlighting. However, we're not just going to use our default white. Instead, we're going to use our chosen atmosphere color, or in my case, blue, mixed with a cool, desaturated yellow. For these models, I was testing new paints, so I applied my white and cold yellow separately. But if you're confident in your paints, you can mix them from the start and save a step. Here, I'm mixing white, yellow, and blue to create my sunlight color, a sort of minty green. Then I'm airbrushing it directly from above, letting it catch the raised areas and edges just like a normal zenithal. This isn't just about adding highlights, it's about shaping the light. The goal is to make the model look like it exists in a real environment. Even at this stage, the model is already starting to feel alive, like she's standing under moonlight on a cool battlefield. This zenithal technique tricks the eye into thinking that we've spent more time on the model than we actually have. When choosing where to add your pop of color, think about two things. Where do you want to draw the eye, and how can you use color to break up the model? The magical flames on our pyromancer, an obvious choice. It's literally glowing. But on the samurai, placing red on the cloth right in the middle of the model helps break it into smaller, more readable sections instead of it all blending together. With the red done, I decided the models needed a little more interest, so I hit the blades with a bright silver to make them stand out. A small tweak, but it adds just enough interest without overcomplicating things. With the base colors down, it's time to push the shadows using a wash in a coordinating shadow color. I went with a deep blue wash, applying it over the entire model, including the red areas, which in hindsight might not have been my best move. But as you can see, the wash is doing its job. It's sinking into the recesses, darkens the shadows, and adds contrast to the model. But on the red areas, it just doesn't blend in. Instead of enhancing the red, the blue wash makes it look off, like it's sitting on top rather than being part of the model. A better choice would have been purple, since red plus blue equals purple. A purple wash probably would have defined the shadows without clashing, tied all the colors together, and given the red a richer, more natural depth. But if you're racing through models and just want them done, you might not care, and that's fine. But if you're looking for maximum impact with minimum effort, swapping a purple wash for red areas is an easy way to improve the result without adding extra work. At this point, we've got a strong atmosphere, clean highlights that shape the model, deep shadows that add contrast, and pops of red. And we've done it all fast, without getting bogged down in unnecessary steps. And while this might be fine for you, this is Lyla Mev here, and these are not fine for me. So let's talk about a few extra steps that I personally would do to help push these models even further. I begin by mixing a skin tone with my blue atmosphere color, utilizing a technique known as mother color. This involves selecting a single hue, in this case blue, and blending it with various colors throughout the painting process. By integrating our colors with our chosen mother color, we ensure that all colors harmonize, creating a cohesive and solid atmosphere. Then I apply this blend to the skin of my miniatures. While that layer dries, I'm introducing more vibrant pops of red to highlight smaller details on the model, helping to disrupt the monotony of the blue. Lastly, I paint the staff, boots, bows, and belts using a brown color, again, creating a mixture of brown and blue to maintain consistency across the model. Finally, I apply a very thin down blue wash over the skin and leather areas, and for the red areas, I used a purple wash. As like I said in my previous attempts, blue just didn't fit. And just like that, you've outpainted everyone by being lazy. By choosing a strong atmosphere, using smart highlights, and applying quick but effective washes, you've created a moody, eye-catching model in a fraction of the time. If you found this helpful, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, go join me on Patreon where you can get access to behind-the-scenes content, join my Discord server, and get one-on-one feedback. Thanks so much, I'll see you next time.